Masha again on the attack.
back to live action at the Soufriere Mini Stadium. You're witnessing the home team Soufriere. They're playing in the black and white outfit, and they're up against Choiseul in the yellow and green. This is the second match of tonight's encounters in the St. Lucia Semi-Professional League football. Earlier on, we just witnessed a stalemate between Babono and Miku. We're hoping that this one can inject some excitement, especially as the home team is involved. And we see a corner coming in, defending there by Choiseul. Choiseul now getting a break. Situation creating sort of a 3 versus 4 situation. Good defending there. That should result into a foul in favor of the Choiseul team. So we'll see what they can muster up, gaining that possession. As we resume, of course, with our broadcast, the folks are starting to come in, spectators, patrons. They're trying to make their way into the Soufriere Mini Stadium, of course. Soufriere, not doing too bad in terms of their commencement in the league. So the fans would want to witness what they're made of in the campaign of the St. Lucia Semi-Professional Football League.
Well, as you mentioned, Critic, good night, folks, and welcome back to our broadcast. Some of the patrons are still piling their way in. This fixture was carded for 8:30 p.m. It's now 8:23, and we're already 4 minutes into the encounter. So this matchup starting a little bit before time, so some people may have still been trying to refresh themselves after the first encounter, and just coming back in, filtering in. So we've seen the stands slowly being filled up here at the Soufriere Mini Stadium. Just trying to give you guys some team news. As Critic indicated, Choiseul in the yellow and green strip. And Brendan, okay, just making sure I didn't miss anything. Brendan Bryce, I believe that is, in goal. Darrell Francis, number 9, showing Frederick, number 11. Shelton Stanislas, number 7. Arthurton Griffith, number 17. Hanif Antoine, number 6. Number 3, Ajani Louis. Number 2, Jesse Jean. Number 10, Curvel Thomas. Number 13, Matt Flavier. Number 15, Lester Sonson. The head coach is Junior Phillip. For the Soufriere team, we have number 35, Tonel Nicholas in goal. Number 14, Kurt Calix. Number 9, Nixon David. Number 8, Myron Emmanuel. Number 15, Anthony Herman. Number 10, Lee John. That name may be familiar to quite a few of you guys. Number 17, Wendell Joseph. Number 6, Jardel Phillip, another very familiar name. Number 7, Shama Simeon. Number 4, Kian Troy Simon. And number 11, Inanko Sylvester, another name that may be very familiar to quite a few folks who follow the beautiful game in St. Lucia. The head coach, Mr. Liam Francis.
Interesting encounter, Eli. Of course, Soufriere, very good passing team. They play with a lot of tenacity as well, a lot of speed too. And a lot of fans have been making their claim that it seems that they are going to be the favorites to win the inaugural Semi-Pro League. Of course, everybody has their opinion, as anything else, but the games still have to be played. So that we can see a real picture of what it is. But no doubt, the Soufriere team, they are a good team. They play good football. Despite a loss already in the competition, they lost to Canaries 1-0, but they seem to be finding their way as they go along, and they have been putting in some very good exhibitions of what they're supposed to do, or what they're trying to do. So I see why some persons are swaying in the direction of Soufriere. So tonight they're up against their neighbors to a certain extent, that is Choiseul. Choiseul has a number 9, Eli. I want you to keep your eye on this youngster. Very quick, has a good presence, good height as well. doesn't back down, and he's also a decent finisher. So we can keep our eyes on the number 9 for Choiseul. But the all-around play of the Soufriere team, I want you folks to take note of how they pass the football and how they show so much patience as well. So we're in for a good exhibition of semi-pro football. This is Tier 1 football. So certainly it is a treat to have on a Saturday night down here at the Soufriere Mini Stadium.
Well, Soufriere and Choiseul sit number 5 and number 6 in the table, with 1 point separating the two of them. Choiseul, however, is the undefeated team out of the two. 2 draws from the 2 games, and Soufriere with 1 win and a loss. Of course, that loss coming to who was dubbed as their noisy neighbors, Canaries. And you could probably say something similar about Choiseul being the other set of noisy neighbors. It's a noisy neighborhood on the West Coast. Soufriere will be hoping to redeem themselves this time around with that neighborhood brawl.
I like it. As a matter of fact, either side of Soufriere, they're neighbors. So they've already got beaten from one side. Let us see if what the other side of the border can do. Still 0-0 between the two. No clear-cut chances as yet. Teams, of course, you have to break that first passage of wind and feel up for the game. But clearly, Soufriere, they're at home and they know they know the confines of home. They know the wind speed. They know the wind direction. They know what to expect from the surface. I think they know everything about this venue. They're quite comfortable at home, and they often give us a treat when they're at home. And let's see if they will be treated, or if they can offer their guests some sort of, resistance, whatever it is, Eli. I don't think I just don't think that the Choiseul team has enough pedigree.
And they're in there, and oh, that ball struck wide by Soufriere. They'll be ruining that opportunity early on in the game. There's an opportunity to stamp their authority early on in the game.
I think they're going to rule this one. This is clear cut. I mean, you get into the area, all you have to do is to choose the right part of the foot. I think he used his instep. I don't know if he probably could use his side foot, but he's going to rule his chance. He's going to play on his mind for a bit. But let's hope he can settle down and get that chance again. You could still see him being pissed about himself. But this is football. I don't think any player or somebody who has played football has ever not missed an opportunity. But he should have done better and put this ball on target and get past. The goalkeeper was already beaten, Eli.
Yeah, the goalkeeper barely moved after that shot from number 9, Nixon Joseph, for Soufriere. And as I indicated, you want to take those sorts of opportunities. This was not an opportunity where he was under any sort of tremendous pressure, seemed to have his bearings about him, had enough time for him to get in a strike on goal. The goalkeeper didn't even move. He had sort of just conceded that the ball would have gone into the back of the net, but went wide of his right upright. So Soufriere probing again. And he fluffed his lines once again. It might just be that last miss is still weighing on him, though, critic.
Same position. Same player, same position.
Same result.
Same result, but wrong technique. Football can be so cruel at sometimes. As much as you love the sport, that ball haunts you down. That ball follows you.
Very good play there by Choiseul. Looking to get in behind now. And then now that left-footed opportunity by their number 9 went begging. Not as clear-cut an opportunity as Soufriere's number 9 would have gotten in that game. But Choiseul indicating that they're not about to just lay back and allow Soufriere to have things all their way. Daryl Francis, the number 9 for Choiseul there. In contrast to our first game, though, critic, this game has started off very open.
Yes, not only that, too, we can see the intent of the Soufriere team is all out attack. They hit the byline and they come across with the football. We've had situations on 3 occasions for the number 9 for Soufriere not being able to make amends with it. We had one shot go begging for the number 9 for Choiseul as well. So there's a clear indicator that both teams are showing their attacking prowess and they're going to continue in that vein.
And the Soufriere crowd already starting to get a little uneasy because they have expectations from their team, and they would have thought that by now they should have been on the score sheet with Nixon David getting or being presented with 2 decent opportunities. As a matter of fact, you can say 2 very good opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net, but unable to do so thus far. But it's still early going in this game. We've just entered the 14th minute of play, so still a lot of time for him to make up. I could recall us watching Choiseul and Deriso on the Dennery field, and the striker for Choiseul would have missed several opportunities and ended up that game with a hat-trick.
That's football for you. Intricate passing there by Choiseul. Just on top of the box, or is it in the box, Eli?
Looks like it's just about a foot in front of the box, as you can see there on the replay.
Yeah. Very, very intricate passing there by Choiseul. This is what I like to see. This is my type of football. The intricacy of passing, getting ahead of the defense, making it a little difficult. And the Choiseul team just showed me that.
There's 2 facets to that. The intricacy of the passing and the ability to control the pass when it gets into feet. Because we've seen some teams trying to draft the ball around, but they're telling touch, letting a player down, when they get the ball in a dangerous area. But so far, both teams, what we've been seeing from them in terms of the passing and the receiving of the ball has been on point. The finishing is where they need to spruce up.
That's the hardest part of football, finishing. That's why they pay millions for strikers, because they can finish. So let us see if the number 9 now can finish for Choiseul with this opportunity. And I've seen him before, and I can tell you what, he's going to go for goal.
The funny thing about the striker is if you can't finish, you still finished.
Try to go all the way on like a daisy cutter. The wall doing pretty well.
I think we saw a player laying behind the wall for the first time. We made mention of that in the previous encounter of the night. So Soufriere now punt up the field by the goalkeeper.
Should be a foul right there. He made a bad pass and immediately figured out he could get back that ball, resulting in a foul. So it's a free kick for Choiseul. Again, an opportunity because they have the tall number 9 in there. So let us see if they can get that ball on his head to nudge one home.
Yellow card coming there for Kian Troy Simon, the number 4 for Soufriere. I believe it was for that foul on the top of the box just a little while ago. Swing and a miss.
And they have to do this one again.
That's what you call an air shot cricket.
There you go.
Sometimes when you get those things wrong, in our local palace, they say you might get a gland.
Results in injury. And that's a very good pass there on the left hand side. Check it back. Looks in field. Good patience there, youngster. Keeping possession. And number 7 again, trying football. Good patience there. Good snapshot. Good all around football by Soufriere, showing patience in attack. And recovering immediately.
That number 11 for Soufriere, Nanko Sylvester. Funny enough, yesterday I was a little bit of a fly on the wall because the Soufriere team were in here watching the proceedings. And he was just throwing a little jab at one of the other players and saying to him that, I own you guys. You know, I will score against you. It was good to hear that.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's
It was
good.
good to hear that bit of banter.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's
As a
good.
matter of fact, I think it's as we see Daryl Francis on the ball again.
Not having a good time at all. I think even his passing is a little off.
His confidence might be shaken.
Yeah, his shooting is a little off as well. So he needs to totally regroup himself and make amends for those misses, you know. Soufriere is a hell of a place, you know, Eli. I taking when we come to Soufriere, we're taking everything.
It's a very scenic place. It's a very scenic place.
Yeah, we're taking everything. We're taking every bit of Soufriere.
There are a lot of viewpoints in Soufriere, you know. Of all the areas in St. Lucia, you might just find the most viewpoints in Soufriere, you know. There are pitons to look at, you know. There are sulfur springs to visit, you
botanical
know.
garden. Yeah, botanical garden, botanical waterfalls, you know. There's a lot happening in Soufriere. But back on the pitch, good strike there by number 9, not bad at all. It is still 0-0 between the two. I think we have a situation where it's a corner now for Choiseul. As much as, excuse me, Soufriere have had a lot of the exchange, the missed chances, but there were just little bits and bits of pieces of chances being created there for Choiseul. That in itself can give them a little motivation that when they get to the final part of the field, that they can, you know, put it together and get a goal.
I think the Choiseul team will sort of be feeling like they should have a few more points on the board. They've not played bad football by any stretch of the imagination, but they've started off with 2 draws from as many matches.
They are undefeated, eh?
Yeah, they are. So they would be sort of a mixture of confidence and frustration, feeling confident in their ability to know that they can compete at a very high level, but frustrated with the fact that they've only come away with 2 draws thus far.
Look at you shortly, like what would you rather? 2 draws or a loss and a win?
It really depends. If it's 2 draws against 2 teams that I consider to be formidable opponents, I might settle for that instead. A draw, a win and a loss, again dependent on the opposition. You know, I think at this point I might settle for the 2 draws.
Very tricky, you know. Oh, good skill. Oh, good skill there, like number 11. You spoke about him and he looked like he's having a field day. Yeah, he's having a field day.
He came into that match confident. And there again tries to play in.
Yeah. So he's having a field day. He knows what he's about. But just based on the results, like you said, depends on who you got the results against. Because again, football is about mapping out your opponents and what you want to gain from a certain game. As sometimes, I mean, we all go for a victory, but sometimes you have to respect the opponent and you get something out of it. So I understand what you say, but meantime, the ball is punt upfield. So Zell just keeping it at the back, defending pretty well, keeping their shape, playing the ball sort of a dummy there right now, and mop up there by the defense of Soufriere. 1 touch, 2 touch passes being employed in the area, showing the confidence of the back 4. And you see it again, changing direction of play. Very interesting there by Soufriere. Very good football, as a matter of fact. And they continue the possession, looking in field.
Soufriere is very comfortable on the ball. I think the only team we've seen that have sort of disrupted that fluency in passing has been the Canaries outfit. Out of the 2 matches that they've played, the Canaries outfit sort of have that bit of a mid-press, allowing them to start moving forward with the ball and then pouncing at very opportune times to break up the play. We've not really seen that from this Choiseul outfit. They're more resolute in terms of defending, falling back into the game and trying to stay compact and keeping their shape and hoping to win the ball back there. So Soufriere may just have a better time of it as it pertains to ball possession in this matchup, but Choiseul have already demonstrated that they can be very dangerous themselves.
Yes, they do. So it's a tale, you know, of 2 different contrasts altogether between those 2 teams. One seems to be more of a counter-attack team, which is the Choiseul team, and that will make Soufriere more a possession-based team, but can hit you on the quick breaks. Good clearance there by the goalkeeper,
He's balling off of his
yeah,
player.
resulting in a corner for Soufriere. But I have been pleased by what I've seen so far from both teams, especially knowing fully well that Choiseul, they are the visiting team. They're dealing with a team that of recent success, and a team which plays very well.
Disappointing attempt at a corner there. Ball is in the side netting. You kind of want to get the ball past at least the first upright so that it can get into a dangerous area. You kind of want to put a ball in from a corner between the two uprights of the goal and somewhere within that 6-yard sort of area. That is normally the most dangerous part of the pitch to be in, because any sort of meaningful contact on the ball, normally, if it's on target, will probably end up as a goal.
That's right. That's why it's often said that when taking a corner, try to hit the penalty spot. It's like a little corridor of uncertainty that where anything could happen. We see a foul in the area. That is in favor of the Choiseul team, so it's another opportunity to take a free kick. This one is a little way off, so the defender wouldn't opt for a wall. So only a matter of time before the official spots that ball and asks those players to retrieve. And then we're going to see the full picture of what they're trying to do. This one certainly is a way off, so they would need someone to get onto it, but the angle in itself is not the right angle that you want Eli to deal with. You want that ball, towards a little more left, but to deal with it central is a little bit difficult. Yeah. Oh my goodness!
Offside there,
yeah.
but you want to still put the ball into the back of the net in those sorts of scenarios.
Right.
You want to get the feeling of putting the ball in the back of the net.
Get the card off the seat. Yeah, but he was offside. I think he was aware he was offside as well.
He was.
He just basically nicked it, but he knew. So if we continue to pass that ball at will, 1 touch and 2 touch. Should be a foul from behind.
Yeah.
Players just making a gesture at each other. No love lost. Possession to Soufriere. They switch to the right side of attack. Good control, good possession. Taking on a little too much there.
Dribble.
A little too much. There's our player.
Nice little back heel there. And ball, oh, that's tricky. Should not have been so tricky for the goalkeeper.
Keep in mind too, Eli, look at the surface. You could see the dew has already set in on the surface. So that's why the ball basically chat up at him. And he was a bit lucky. And that ball had hit any other part, probably his feet, who knows, he could have probably ended up in the goal. But there is a strike down on goal. The goalkeeper already off his line and just collecting quite neat in the area.
So nice combination play seen from Soufriere for the left flank there. That back heel by Sylvester, getting the full back in a position where he could put a ball across. He should have probably done a little better with the cross. Not should have, he should have done better. Not probably, he should have done better with the cross. The goalkeeper still almost making a meal out of that. But we see Soufriere and the foray again, trying to see if they could get some joy this time off of the right flank. But the ball trickling out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Soufriere still making the timely read on goal. Again, they have a lot of speed and they have the intricacy as well. They have a good skill set to come into the area. I'm thinking, Eli, it's only a matter of time before Soufriere gets on the score sheet. And they're able to get the defense of the Choiseul team, sort of here, there, and everywhere. They don't want to get out too much. But the number 11, Sylvester, you spoke of him. The number 9 has to make amends. And I've also been impressed with the number 7 for Soufriere. seems to be putting in some nice little tricks about himself. So they seem to know what they're about.
I show my Simeon the number 7 for that Soufriere outfit. Some people would say that Soufriere probably has a slight advantage, one of the teams with a slight advantage early on in this competition, because they have now played 2 out of their 3 matches, this one included, on their home ground. You know, and we know how important the 12th man is in this SPFL. We heard Thomas Augustine speak about that just recently, indicating how important the 12th man was in terms of spurring on his ancillary team, albeit that being in Tier 2. But having the ability to play in front of your home fans, not having to travel any sort of long distance halfway across the island, should probably be something that works in Soufriere's favor.
No doubt, Eli. When you know your match day, you basically stay home and take it all in, rather than have to catch the bus and come across. So there's a lot that the 12th man brings, and there's a lot that the venue brings as well. So it's how you capitalize. But meantime, we see Choiseul, the visiting team, they're still holding on, keeping shape, and although sometimes they may have a little more too much space in midfield, but we still see them striving for the situation. This man already beat Eli and went back into the trap. Good defense there by Choiseul. Despite the chances that Soufriere have created, we still see the game still being 0-0. So yes, you're at home, but you have to make those chances count to really enforce the 12th man, because the 12th man will be there with you. And we know the St. Lucian culture. The St. Lucian culture will not make noise before. The St. Lucian culture will make noise when you have taken the lead and established the lead. You're not getting the crowd going to pump you into the lead. So you have to create situations where you can get them off their seat, and that's when they come alive.
Well, we see Inanko Sylvester all over the pitch at this point in time. He just dropped back into midfield there. He was the one that played that long searching ball over to the right flank. They were not able to make much of it, but we've seen thus far his...
Here's the situation, Eli. That would have been a hell of a goal, but he just needed to keep that composure. Sort of lanky coming from midfield, but again,
that's the left fullback, I believe.
We had a really good run coming into the area, but again, this have to show a little more composure. And you could see him; he's enjoying himself, but he's having a laughter of the situation. But
he struck that ball like a defender. It was more of a clearance than a strike.
But it was good. I mean, the running to get in there, it was good. But good exhibition of football. You see a left back make his way all the way to the box area, taking a shot on goal, but it's good. I mean, the crowd was really up for it, so it was really good. Here's the number 9, here's the striker for trying to push this one into the area, using his space there, but the goalkeeper quickly off his line to make that angle a little more severe for him. And possession now in favor. Recovery for Choiseul, keeping that football. I think I'm enjoying this encounter, Eli. It's sort of like a seesaw battle between the two teams, one end of action one time till the other end gets in as well. So Soufriere has been dominating, but a lot can be said of the Choiseul team. They have had their chances.
Sort of reminds me of a boxing match where one of the boxers is more of a slugger, very aggressive, very front foot, and then you have the other boxer who's sort of has a slightly defensive style and looking to score points where they can, as opposed to a knockout blow, more of a Floyd Mayweather sort of bout. Despite the fact that Soufriere, I think, has had the better of the exchanges thus far, it doesn't appear that Choiseul are out of the game either.
At all. They keep it at it. I mean, they know their strength, they know their personnel, so they're keeping at it. Here's the left defender again, the left back. they're very much pleasing to watch. The Soufriere team, very pleasing on the eye. They're very much pleasing to watch. Good skill there by the number 9. Good defense there by Choiseul. So you see again, despite all the attention that the Soufriere team is bringing, we still see Choiseul keeping their shape and putting in their tackles. They mark and track and making it very difficult for the team from Soufriere. But again, the chances earlier should have been taken, and Soufriere would have wanted to make amends for those.
The left fullback for Soufriere though appears to be the tallest player on the pitch. Very adept with his left foot as well.
So it's often said that if you want to see a footballer in motion, you have to watch a left footer. The left footers make it look so easy, and clearly you could see with his technique, the left back for Choiseul is very, very enterprising in his approach. But they always say the beauty of a footballer is a left footer.
Well, he's definitely been able to get forward more so than the right fullback of Soufriere. When he forays forward, it's almost like Soufriere's shape turns into a back 3. You know, the central defenders rifling across, and then the right fullback sort of tucking in, allowing for that extra man in attack. For Soufriere, they've not been able to take advantage of it just yet. As a matter of fact, at one point in time, when he came through the center and got that shot off. So very fluent in terms of the movement of the Soufriere players thus far. We saw Inanko Sylvester, who primarily was on the left side. We saw him drop back into midfield just a while ago, and it now appears that he's on the right flank. So a lot of movement.
That actually shows off the defense of the Choiseul team. It's as if like he has a free role, so you can really pinpoint what position he plays. I guess this is one of the tactics from the Soufriere team. But again, it's all well and good, and this is one of the things that we want to see in the semi-pro league, because I mean, you're talking about taking football to another level. So we don't want to see the drab games or I mean, you're going to have the stalemates here and there, but we want to at least see what the teams are trying to do. So this is a classic indicator of what Soufriere is trying to do.
There he is again on the ball, getting fouled.
And it seems to be a player who draws a lot of attention.
Is Soufriere going to lump that ball forward? It looks so. Or they're going to... Well, with the fullback going forward, it looks like they're going to lump that ball in there. Pinball. Good tackle.
Good defense. Wow. Good defensive spell there by the Choiseul team, Eli. I mean, you get into this area and you think it's all dead and done, only to see a defender come across and put his body on the line to save that shot. Came back as a player as well and still able to defend it. So the backs are against the wall, Choiseul, but they make it very interesting. We have a corner in favor of Soufriere, comes across, the left footer. Sort of a poor kick there, still being able to keep possession. Ball comes back out, he's going to be offside. Yeah. Players need to get away from the area. He was caught ball watching, and he became in an offside position. But clearly you could see the fans from the Soufriere team, they're in the facility. Both sides feel to a certain extent. So it looks like the patrons from Soufriere, they are here. So all that's missing right now is a goal from either side. We just raise the tension of the game between the two teams.
It's definitely been an exciting encounter thus far. Soufriere would agree with you on top, but as long as the most important statistic remains the same, which is 0-0, there's every opportunity again.
The attacker.
Dangerous ball being put in there by Sylvester on the right flank now. Going all the way across to the left attacker, who kind of collided with the goalkeeper. There was no foul called by the official. but the Choiseul keeper seems to be in a little bit of discomfort.
Yeah, I think the tackle went in, sort of like kind of half-heartedly, knowing fully well it's one of the most dangerous things to do, Eli, is to challenge a goalkeeper.
Seen the goalkeeper holding on to his knee there.
Yeah, I think he made a little contact with him, but very rare you see players challenge goalkeepers when it's in the air. You know, it's sort of like in my time we called it sort of like a hospital pass or surgery, a Ward 9 pass, I think we used to call it, something like that. So which means that, the goalkeepers, you don't challenge goalkeepers. However, he came off with a little nick. He should be all right. But the number 10, trust me, he went inside of there half-heartedly.
Well, we don't usually see goalkeepers in the modern game leading with their knees. Before you would hear them talk about a bolo sort of approach. But we barely see that now. I think it's because of the rules that FIFA have incorporated in terms of dangerous play, endangering the opposition. So we don't see goalkeepers always run out with that knee raised as they normally would. But in times past, it served them well in terms of helping protect them from collisions and being on the wrong end of the stick. The thing is, with your goalkeeper, you really don't want to have to utilize a substitution for your goalkeeper during the course of a game.
You're talking right. Your first string is the goalkeeper you want in every situation. But like I said, he's going to be all right. Those guys are young, so they can take those little blows here, there, and there, And the magic spray and the sponge works superbly. So we're back to action on field. And it is the kick for Choiseul. They chose to go via the aerial route, via a long route, trying to beat the press, trying to go over the midfield of Soufriere. Here's our guy, again snatching at this one. The angle would have been too impossible for him to score from there, but again, he missed on several occasions. There's a replay, Eli.
But this one, I think, is probably a little bit more difficult for him to take. The first two chances that he had were
right
pretty
there.
straightforward. If you ask
this one,
me.
he basically had to wrap his foot around this one, which is a very difficult skill. We have another stoppage. Seems to be like what? It seems to be a cramp situation. I can see getting attention from one of the opponents.
I would suggest he got hit in a very sensitive area.
And meanwhile, if you look at on screen, you'll see the statistics. Possession in favor of Soufriere, 52-48. Eli shots on goal, 7 for the Soufriere team. Not bad.
From looking at the game, I would have thought that
a little more
possession would have probably been in the 60% region. But sometimes, things are not always what they appear to be.
The shots on goal, I think we have to let our statisticians know that we need to know shots
on target.
Well, that is correct, because a team may have 7 shots, but are they on target? But it's all well and good. We resume, and the ball goes into play, goes up now with possession in favor of Choiseul. Choiseul in the yellow and green. I remember earlier on, Eli, you mentioned that color of Babu, what does it represent? So I'm going to put one to you now. The yellow and green for Choiseul, what does it represent?
Well, Choiseul probably better known for their craft. Right. So I don't know how the yellow or green plays in. Another yellow or green plays in there. But I know they're more known for their craft. In particular, the making of coal pots.
Maybe after a while, the coal pots get yellow.
I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of banana farming used to go on there, and the sunset's in the east. So maybe a nice sunset in between the bananas. I don't.
Free kick now for Choiseul. Let's see what they're going to do with this one. Yeah, it goes all the way. That's gonna be difficult.
High standards.
Yeah, that's gonna be difficult. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So Soufriere now in possession. They're playing from the back, playing out from the back. A lot of confidence to do such. And they can knock the ball around. They're at home as well, so good touch by the number 10. That ball in the area, the goalkeeper should come out, and good defending there by the goalkeeper. Keeper sweeper. Possession to Soufriere.
Just hearing the stadium announcer indicating the presence of Honorable Emma Hippolyte, the parliamentary representative for Soufriere, Forces Jacques, in the building. So again, underscoring the commitment of the parliamentary representatives to show their support for their league teams who in effect represent the community.
Yes, they have to lead from the front. So definitely they're going to show their face. Okay, so again, like you said, Honorable Emma Hippolyte is in the house somewhere. I haven't seen her just yet, but support is always needed. It's one thing to give support, but to show it physically, to show face, it gives more impetus to the team, Eli, knowing that you have the backing of your district rep. So certainly they want to put on a good show at home. So again, possession still remains with Soufriere. And you hear the stadium announcer asking for the support of the home team, Soufriere. But not bad at all, Eli. First half, we saw some situations where goals or opportunities were created. They were not taken. We saw the statistics earlier, 58-42. So Choiseul would not be disappointed by the outing.
I don't think they would. I think coming into this game, they would have thought it would have been a little bit of a tall order to come up against this Soufriere outfit at home. But again, having not lost a game, also not winning one, I think there would be a little quiet confidence that they could compete with this Soufriere team and probably be able to nick a goal here and see if that could work in their favor. We kind of saw that approach by Vieux-Fort North against Vieux-Fort South in Dennery, where Vieux-Fort South came in as the favored team, but Vieux-Fort North were able to remain resolute and take their chance when it presented themselves.
Yeah, so again, so that means you just have to be keeping your shape, taking in instructions. When situations arise, the closest man you mark. And I think this is what the Choiseul team have been doing, and they've been successful with it. I think they have a long throw opportunity. Let's see what comes out of this one.
Decent.
Not bad at all, not bad at all. The number 9 getting a little nick onto it. Still able to keep the football, that is Choiseul.
Soufriere not being able to get an out ball there.
Ball still staying in that direction, so you'll see Choiseul remain in possession of that ball. They might want to employ a long throw again. Let's see how it all pans out for them.
A nice little passage of play though by Choiseul, keeping the ball up in the attacking third for the last 2 or 3 minutes. They've been under a bit of pressure by the Soufriere outfit. So we see a long shot coming in there.
Long shot kind of pass. I think he wanted to make a shot. Oh, good save there. A little foul in the build-up as well. Possession on the right side of Soufriere. And we have a through ball for number 9, easily defended, easily intercepted. Possession now for Choiseul, plays it back to the goalkeeper. Using his feet very well. Quite comfortable in terms of their passing. Choiseul, very good football. Should be a foul situation, and possession remains with Choiseul. How much time left, Eli, as we watch and see what's happening? He should be what? into stoppage time for the second half, for the end of the first half?
Yeah, 2 minutes signal in terms of added on time. It seems to have gone by already, but it's on at the referee's discretion. So it's not just calculating 2 minutes and saying, well, that's it. It's at the referee's discretion.
Not bad at all. Keeping possession of the football. You heard the
There
whistle.
we go. Halftime here at the Soufriere Mini Stadium. Choiseul 0, Soufriere 0. It's an exciting encounter in Tier 1 of the St. Lucia Semi-Professional Football League. We'll take a break at this point in time and we'll be back for second half action in just a few minutes.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
Give 'em transforming St. Lucia through football innovation and excellence. The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League provides a pathway for the professional and personal development of young footballers, leading to community enhancement across Ireland.
Great opportunity.
In 2024, 10 district leagues will compete for the Premier Cup and 9 district leagues will face off for the Super Cup. 81 games in 4 venues. Come support your community as you witness the first ever St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League Championships. Competitive football, passionate players, and striking goals.
And it's in.
In collaboration with the government of St. Lucia and the St. Lucia Football Association, the Semi-Pro Football League is leveraging football to transform lives.
And so the referee brings the 90 minutes to an end.
Marsha again on the attack, pulling the play back. As I said, both teams trying to be a little bit more incisive with their attacking play.
Good idea, good idea.
Straight back to the Marshall team, who holds position. And of course, the sound of the whistle brings to play the end of the first half.
I've challenged all of the parliamentary representatives to incentivize their teams. Grosley will be getting an extra $10,000 from the constituency development program in Grosley for every victory that they have. So at the end of the day, they are fully aware that besides their salary, besides the incentives from the sponsors that they have, that winning this game ensures that it's an extra $500 in each of their pockets.
I swear to do my best, to do my best, to win victory, Rusty, for my company, my coach, we must win, we must win, one for all, who are we? Hey!
Leclerc, not where they want to be. We just mentioned in the pre-game that the only team to have beaten Leclerc since 2020 was the Grosley team. And that was Grosley
already on the cards.
The Taiwanese government was gracious enough to give us $200,000 to have a skills program for these individuals that are interested in getting a CVQ in plumbing, in bartending, in a number of subject areas. So when they retire at 45 and that sort of thing, they actually have a skill to fall back on. So it's like a second opportunity beyond the CXCs that they may have missed. And through the Football League, we're able to have that as part of the program.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
We about to witness the commencement of the second half of tonight's second encounter in the St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, where we witnessed in the home team Soufriere do battle against Choiseul. If you just joined the broadcast, Choiseul are playing in the yellow and green outfit, and that would make Soufriere in the black and white. The score is 0-0 between the two. In the first half, we saw some chances being created, especially for the Soufriere team, missing some chances, clear chances, not making amends for that. And we saw one or two half chances as well for Choiseul. So now the teams are back, they are refreshed, energized, instructions. Are we going to see tweaking of formations? Are we going to see some more substitutions? But both teams want to win this encounter. Eli, what are their chances or new tactics that they can employ for the second half?
Well, in my opinion, critic, I think Soufriere may just be the happier of the two teams in terms of chances created, not chances taken. You know, they would have been the happier of the two teams. And I think, you know, they would be looking to carry on in a similar fashion in the second half of this encounter, them being the home team and wanting to take all 3 points, you know, to live up to the billing of one of the teams in this tournament to look out for. As we see a free kick early for Soufriere early into the second half, an in-swinger dealt with by Choiseul. Miskick there by the defender from Choiseul, but eventually got it out of the danger area. But a throw-in for Soufriere off of their left flank. Soufriere will be kicking from left to right, and Choiseul from right to left. That ball in there dealt with easily by the goalkeeper. And you can see the aggression of the Soufriere team early in the second half as they trying to see if they can get on top there. Foul call there by our official for today, Renly Napoleon. And the defender for Soufriere in a little bit of discomfort then as Atherton Griffith, number 17.
You mentioned, you know, of course, chances not taken from either team.
I think I made an error. That's Wendell Joseph. I was looking at the wrong team list. Wendell Joseph there, number 17.
Here's a giveaway by Choiseul. Ball comes into the area. Sort of like a partial clearance for Soufriere. And now there's another infringement as well. So Soufriere now has that ball back. Clearly, you can see the fans are energized as well. They're up for it. They're refreshed. Took their little refreshments during the break. And let's see if they can whip up some noise to try to push Soufriere over the line, or even if the situation, probably the fans from Choiseul as well, try to push the Choiseul team over the line. But so far, in terms of possession, it seems that the Soufriere team, they're up there for the second half in terms of possession. No meaningful possession, just yet to convert some chances. And likewise, we see Choiseul now trying to put in a shape to sort of not have the Soufriere team make any inroads into attack. Good searching ball, good crossfield pass as well there from Soufriere. Now we should see a free ball behind the defense.
Oh, that's a very good ball there. And again,
number 9. Oh, number 9 getting ahead of him. Should he have left it for the other player, Eli, or should have done better?
He would be itching to make amends for the couple of opportunities that he squandered very early on in the game, by the way. Not even really out of the blocks yet, and he got 2 glorious opportunities. But I don't think it was a bad decision to take it on himself. He just needed to be able to slot it past the goalkeeper. Wasn't able to do that. The goalkeeper making himself big, as we say, sprawling himself out, was able to just deflect that shot on target. At least he got a shot on target, and it was a well-struck ball.
Yeah, the goalkeeper really did good, making himself big, spreading himself, sort of narrowing down the angle for the striker. But I still think that he did not get enough purchase on it to really cause any disturbance in goal. But you could see the intent for Choiseul, and again that was made by runs from attackers, thereby throwing off the defense of Choiseul. So I think this is going to be the mainstay for Soufriere right now, trying to make runs behind the defense to throw off situations for Choiseul and having some shots at goal for Soufriere.
And again, we spoke earlier on in the first half about the fluidity of movement of players from the Soufriere team. We see Nanko Sylvester was quite influential in that first half for Soufriere. He's back on the left flank.
So this is what he's going to be operating from, either left or right. But should he get a sniff of putting a player through, or himself getting a shot, I think he can come up trumps in this encounter.
Choiseul now on the ball, getting a free kick. Just say about 10-15 yards away from the half line. The left winger for Choiseul in a lot of space. at this point in time. Although I think the right fullback for Soufriere would think that he probably will be able to get there, but that ball just lofted into the arms of the goalkeeper for Soufriere. We now see one of the Soufriere defenders go down. Probably not an opportune time. He should have probably gone down as soon as his goalkeeper caught the ball, but waited until it was thrown out, and now he's hobbling. That's the number 17 who went down just a moment ago, Wendell Joseph. Apparently he's still ailing from that foul that was committed against him just a little while ago. It's Soufriere for a shot in anger.
Side netting. It looks like he has a sort of like either it's a hip injury or a hamstring. I just see him holding a certain part of his body, that area. Let's see if Soufriere will be forced into a substitution or if he can recover to continue.
Well, he did fall a little bit awkwardly on that challenge a while ago, and we saw him roll around a little bit and decided he could motor on, got up and tried to get back in it, but he's clearly ailing from that tackle that happened just a couple of minutes ago, receiving some medical attention. You could see, as you said, Peter, it's in the hip area, his right hip, it looks like is where the problem is for him.
But again, based upon the starting of both teams trying to hit the trigger very early in the second half, which means that trying to get an early goal to sort of peg each other back and change the tactics or change the trend of thought by the coaching staff in terms of the instructions given for the second half. As much as Soufriere, we can say they are the favorites to win the game, but certainly the Choiseul team not making it easy for them at all.
Funny enough, excuse me, if a goal is scored, I don't see any sort of tactical changes being made. If Soufriere scores, I think you're going to see much of the same, them wanting to run up the score in this game. And I think if Choiseul scores, you're going to see much of the same, where they now will be looking to maintain what they have and stay resolute. Some scenic viewpoints of Soufriere on screen right now for those of you who are watching via the stream. Let me say good evening to my good friend Mr. Jonathan Cox. He's out there in Bermuda and he's been locked on to the stream. Always check it on me, Eli, when other games going to be streamed, right? And from my information, there are a few people in the diaspora out there in Bermuda who are always eagerly anticipating the semi-professional football league stream. So good night, Jonathan.
Of course, yes, many persons have met me as well, message to as well, Eli, saying that they take in the games, but they should know by now the games are streamed on Saturdays. So Saturdays is the semi-pro Saturday, you want to call it, to take in local football from St. Lucia. Again, pass is not connecting in the final third. Is it a situation? It's a corner in favor of Choiseul. But if I were playing for Choiseul or in the setup of Choiseul, Eli, I would be content with what's happening. As much as you want to score a goal, but you know what you're up against, and you've been able to, hit almost the hour mark and still not being, down one. It's a matter of making something happen, and who knows, Eli, with this corner, they may just get it right, and change the forte of what we expect. Ball comes in, but again, a little more craft needed in taking those corners. And I don't know why
Quick
teams...
outlet there for Soufriere.
Should be cut off. Good interception there. Again, I've often said to that teams need to take more time in training for set plays, because if you don't have somebody who could hit the back of the net for you, you can get a bonus by ensuring that you have set plays well organized. And if you organize, Eli, the teams that you're up against, they're not be able to deal with it. So yet we have not seen any corner of really significance per se, or showing some little trickery or a little guile, especially from Choiseul, because they've gone quite a lot, but they're not even able, not even hit the first pole area.
Well, a while ago I mistakenly called his name, and I think he doesn't want to be left out of the commentary. So number 17, Atherton Griffith for Choiseul now found himself in the referee's notebook for that last foul he just committed there. And the number 17 is counterpart number 17, Wendell Joseph for Soufriere, who just suffered the injury a short while ago, is being substituted, it would appear. Number 5, RJ Dennis coming in for him.
So clearly, it's a defensive change, but I see him just off the bench and already taking a free kick. And he's been slotted. I have to keep my eyes on this one. If he's playing to the right side, or I have to keep my eyes on this one to see exactly what position he comes in. I know he's a defensive change if they have switched to a back three or situation.
Well, there was 2 substitutions made by Soufriere, I believe. Number 9, Nixon David, who squandered a couple of opportunities, I think exited the game for Soufriere as well. I'm not too sure who has replaced him, but Nixon David would be very disappointed because he had an opportunity to probably put Soufriere up 2 goals to the good very early on in the game.
Yeah, they should have been 2 to the good right now. And they find themselves in a seesaw battle with a very resolute team in Choiseul, not giving anything, and not wanting to give everything, not gifting anything. You basically have to create and convert your opportunity rather than be given a tapping or sort of by the team from Choiseul. So far so good for Choiseul, we can say, Eli.
Yeah, that player replacing Zadel de Souza, number 19, is the one replacing Nixon David for Soufriere. It's the second substitution that was made. But I agree with you, critic. I think Choiseul might be the most satisfied of the 2 outfits right now in terms of where the game is at. They've been under a little bit of pressure. They've been able to absorb the pressure of Soufriere. They have had their chances sporadically in this encounter as well.
Very interesting
That's
situation.
defensive clearance.
Yeah. But it's a corner again, Eli, to Soufriere. They continue.
Another dangerous ball in. Very well recovered by Soufriere because Choiseul looked like they wanted to launch a counter-attack with some level of menace. It would have been pretty much 3 against 3 going that way. So very enterprising there. The left fullback of Soufriere as well is very involved in the play from what we've seen there. He seems to be able to get on the ball quite a bit. That's Jardel Phillip. He seems to be able to get on the ball quite a bit. We see this in international football where the fullbacks come into the midfield to allow some of the other midfielders to move forward and make more numbers going into attack. And we just saw that there from Jardel Phillip coming into the midfield and then trying to get a pass through. It didn't work out, but you could see the intention of this Soufriere outfit, just in the manner again where you have multiple players being able to move around and get into different positions.
Yeah, what he's done is that it's called the inverted left back position. You see what it does is that you add more impetus into your attack by having an added man in your midfield, thereby outnumbering the opponent's midfield. And again, like you said, Eli, he tried that pass, a through ball. It was intercepted by the defense of Choiseul, but clearly you can see the levels. Earlier on when we watched Barbo who played, I mentioned that there were 4 defenders staying back and not enough in attack. Here we see a situation where, and here is Jardel again going forward, and the cross ball would come.
And finds an attacker too.
Yeah, so again, it shows you the levels the teams are at, and you need to throw defenders in attack to create more for your attack. What a save, what a save. The match comes alive. The match comes alive.
Soufriere is going to miss those rude chances, critic. You said it earlier on, football can be very cruel. It would, what a sight it would be to see Soufriere get so many opportunities to get onto the score sheet. They could have easily been 4-0 to the good right now. But if Choiseul, you sort of get the sensation that if Choiseul gets one good chance, you know, they might cause a lot of problems for the Soufriere outfit.
Yeah, but credit must also be given to the goalkeeper for Choiseul as well. You know, again, we mentioned, we've spoken about it, that you need to be more than just someone in goal, but use every skill opportunity. Ball comes across, wrong choice there. But credit must also be given to the goalkeeper. A foot save, showing that you know they're really up for it, up for the challenge. And Choiseul, Soufriere, that is, if I could count or just recall my memory, that's about the 4th or 5th situation that they're bearing down on goal and not able to convert.
Yeah, and the second time you had 2 attackers having to make a decision as to who will strike the ball. Not an ideal situation for Choiseul by any stretch of the imagination. When you have 2 attackers from the opposition team in behind your defense and in the same general area.
Cross ball there from the left back. He seems to be very influential in terms of what's happening. That would be a corner again for the Soufriere team, but again the left back showing his range of pass, putting that ball from one area right across the area and still being able to keep possession and resulting in a corner. He took his shot this time, ball comes across. Good defense there by Choiseul. Good switch by Choiseul. They operate on the right side now.
And that's very intelligent play by Choiseul there.
A little too much on the pass, if you ask me. Oh!
Very interesting. That could have gone either way, critic. Very interesting. But interestingly enough, very intelligent play by the Choiseul outfit, because they would have played that ball into the space vacated by Jardel Philip. We spoke about, you know, him inverting as a fullback and getting into midfield, and we had a situation there where Soufriere were caught on the ball whilst he was in the midfield area, and they were able to exploit that space on their right flank. Choiseul not being able to take advantage of that. That ball played in behind with just a little too much weight on it.
That's right.
If it was weighted a little better, you would have probably suspected it would have probably been 1-0 to Choiseul.
Yeah, that's the weight of the pass. That's what they needed. You know, sometimes players get a little excited when they have to put in those passes. This is where you need to put your composure at will to ensure that you put the right weight on that ball. And if that weight was a little better, who knows? It could have been a situation where the Soufriere would have been pegged back. But good all-around play by Choiseul, showing what they're made of. And the game is becoming very interesting, because what we thought would have been a walk in the park to a certain extent for Soufriere, especially at home, has turned now into sort of a dogfight.
So
another foul in the midfield, in the middle of the field, as a matter of fact, and he's going to keep possession for the guys in the yellow tops. You know, in the team who plays with yellow and green, I think it's Norwich. Is it Norwich?
Norwich
City. They call themselves the Canaries.
Yeah, you ever heard of a team called Newton Heath, Chang?
Yeah.
They used to wear yellow and green
yellow
too.
and green, yeah. But funny enough, yellow and green, Norwich City, they call the Canaries. And Canaries is just Canaries is up the road. So
but
it's
the same spelling?
Yeah.
Just different pronunciation?
That's right. So Canaries and the Canaries.
I wonder if that has anything to do with their selection of kit.
Could be. But the tie has now stemmed in favor of possession and opportunities created so far in the second half of Choiseul. Choiseul being the ones now, basically, you know, having a little joy upfield, especially in the final third. And Soufriere still trying to stitch that pass, you know, to put their attackers through on goal. Here's an opportunity.
Cross coming in as
You could see how You can see the language riders, attackers. They just
Probably should have had a first crack at it instead of taking that touch. Myron Joseph, number 8, or Myron Emmanuel, I should say, number 8 for Soufriere, being booked a while ago. But I sort of get the feel that we've sort of seen a little shift in the balance of this match from the time Wendell Joseph, the number 17, went out for Soufriere.
Soufriere, yeah. You see, he had seemed to be the one calling the pace of the game, controlling the tempo of the game in terms of the attack. So somebody now has to take responsibility. But clearly, you could see a little drop or a little dip in the attacking prowess of the Soufriere team. But I won't leave it. I won't doubt them just yet. They're at home, and they continue to fight while the substitutions being made, Eli. But let's see. But so far, Choiseul has shown to me and to you that hey, we're up for it, and that's the reason why they've been undefeated so far in the competition.
Well, Shoma Simeon, number 7 for Soufriere, exiting the game, and entering the game is number 18, Curtly John. I think there's another substitution being made for Choiseul.
Goalkeeper comes out of his area, just gonna keep that ball in the defense of Soufriere.
Number 7, Shelton Stanislas, exiting for number 16, Tyrell Julian for Choiseul as the other substitution that was just made. Just about a little over 20 minutes to go in this tie. It's interestingly poised right now. It's 0-0, but by no stretch of the imagination has this game played out like a nil-nil encounter.
Yeah, it's often said if you ever want to see a good, exciting 0-0 so far, I think this one certainly fits the billing. Certainly fits the billing. But I have the strong belief we're going to leave here with a goal. I think both teams have showed their capabilities that they can get into the area. It's just a matter of them finishing. This is why I have the belief that we will see a goal at some point in this game. Ball spread wide. Can he get onto it?
You can always tell when frustration is starting to set in with the fan base. We just saw an errant pass a while ago, and you could clearly hear some of the fan base in Soufriere asking for who, and that normally happens when the frustration. Oh, what an audacious attempt there by the Choiseul player. That would have been a spectacular goal. That would have been right up there with the strike from young Josh Hunt from Denwick that had gone in. A very spectacular attempt there.
The stadium would be brought to its knees if that had gone in, because yeah, because this guy is from Choiseul. Choiseul don't dare come into the stadium and score such an audacious strike. But good attempt, good thinking by the youngster to try and see he could make a half chance a chance. So again, all these situations, Eli, certainly gives confidence to the Choiseul team, knowing that we're about to hit the 70-minute mark and we're still into the tie, we're still into the fight, and they basically have kept the fans from Soufriere very quiet.
As we have a little break there, let's shout out ES Productions, one of the sponsors of this semi-professional football league and responsible for bringing you the stream that you've seen right now off of the YouTube channel, ES Productions, alongside the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports and the St. Lucia Football Association, bringing you the St. Lucia Semi-Professional Football League.
ES Productions.
I think over this weekend too, we would have also had the introduction of Brothers Cider. We've fans at home may not have an opportunity to see, but during the halftime we've been having some gift vouchers from that brand being distributed to fans. Just giveaways being done. So of course, nice skill there by the number 9 of Choiseul. Not enough on the ball across.
I don't think his intent was to dink this one in the first pool. I think he just missed out and just put that ball, in the area in the penalty spot to see what he could have gotten from it. But he remains to be one to watch. And the number 9 for Choiseul has a ball in his area as well. The defender needs to come good because he has height, he has skill, he has space. He's very troublesome towards the back, and it basically causes a lot of problems for defense. So defenses in the semi-pro league, all teams will take note of this guy. And I can tell you, they're not undefeated by chance. I think they've basically played out of their skin and trying always to maintain themselves and to stay within games. So this is good for them. But at some point, they need some points on the table to show the true picture of what Choiseul is trying to bring. Meantime, football.
Dangerous scenario there.
Defender doing pretty well, not taking that feint, staying strong, putting himself between the attacker and the ball, and recovered by the goalkeeper. So good all-around play. Break for Soufriere, but the defender doing pretty well. There's a cross ball again. Oh, good skill there.
And there you go. Football is a cruel sport, critic. It's a cruel sport. Mischance after mischance after mischance for the Soufriere outfit. And Choiseul had been knocking on the door. And finally somebody answered.
Yeah,
that ball put across there. There were 2 opportunities there to knock that one into the back of the net. And finally, we have a goal on the cards. You were right. We are leaving here with a goal, and it appears to have been scored by the number 6 for Choiseul. That's Hanif Antoine. We're just waiting for a little confirmation there on that.
I think the build-up in itself was pretty good, pretty dandy. They showed great patience.
Oh, he's the one who put the ball across.
Good skill. Goalkeeper Pine, but not being Pine in the direction of the attacker out of Choiseul. Kept good composure and then putting that ball behind the net. So we spoke about it earlier. You will rue your chances if you don't take your chances. And Choiseul have basically stayed within the contest, and now they lead 1-0 versus one of the top teams in the competition.
That goal being scored by number 17, Atherton Griffith of Choiseul. The number 17s have been featuring. You had one number 17 being Wendell Joseph getting injured for Soufriere and exiting the game. That we noted as a point that sort of changed the game in favor of Choiseul. And then his counterpart, number 17 for Choiseul, Atherton Griffith, the one putting that ball into the back of the net.
So now it's about Choiseul trying to keep the composure, especially at the back, and making it very difficult to keep that attack from Soufriere out. But I can tell you that goal scored by Choiseul gonna move leaps and mountains. Those guys are gonna be so nervous. However, let us see if they can keep the composure.
Jardel Phillip is over the ball now. He's the tallest man on the pitch. Striking that ball there. Looks like a corner. We've seen that before, critic, where you have the. We've seen that with Grosile, for example, and Sebastian Ribot, where he's the one on set pieces, and he may just be the most imposing person aerially in the game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Jardel Phillip has that aerial prowess, but he's
out.
definitely the tallest person on the pitch at the moment. and he was the lone person on that free kick.
I wouldn't send him to take that free kick at all. You need that height presence in the box area. So you probably send somebody in there, you know, a little shorter individual who can get that ball on Jadel's head and see they can score. The atmosphere certainly has dwindled down. The temperature has gone down a bit, and you could see now the fans from Choiseul, they're the one who have become very vociferous. While you have Soufriere fans basically watching one another in the eye, wondering what's happening.
And we're now starting to see some flicks and tricks from the Choiseul players as well, as they are starting to grow in confidence. I felt that if Choiseul scored first, or whether either team would have scored first, it would have been much of the same. Because we were seeing Choiseul sort of being the team being more resolute and trying to pick their chances. But again, just after that defensive change through injury for Soufriere, you kind of started seeing Choiseul getting more into the game, maintaining possession just a little bit better, and then finally reaping the rewards for their attacking. Soufriere now are sort of under pressure. 13 minutes of regulation time to go, and whatever stoppage time that would be put on by the official. So hopefully we don't get a panic from the Soufriere team setting in. Hopefully they can compose themselves again and realize that there's enough time for them to probe, because they've created quite a few chances during the game, Critic.
They have. But they have created, but now what you want now is conversion. And the back line, as a matter of fact, the Choiseul team are defending now with 10. They have left just another 17 up top, so which actually tells you now they have basically in a low block and making it even more difficult right now for Soufriere. Earlier on they were a little more open, but because of the time and knowing which instance the goal came from, they're thinking defensively. Even the number 9, who has been a top carrying so much of the attack, he has fallen into midfield to help defensively for Choiseul.
A bit of error there. Last ditch defending there.
I could take in the audibles from the crowd. I'm so excited to hear what they're saying, because you know, for example, they actually basically the fans now for Choiseul are actually coaching the game. You know, they're basically coaching the game and then trying to push their team over the line. That's where the 12th man comes in. We spoke about it earlier. So clearly, the 12th man for Choiseul have kicked in, and the 12th man for Soufriere, who's at home, remains quiet.
Well, you would move from a scenario if this result holds. You would move from a scenario where Choiseul were 1 point behind Soufriere to going up 2 points ahead of them.
They're fighting, they're showing they stay in the tie. You have a man down, we have the number 9 down for Choiseul, so it's going to get some attention. That will give the players some time to breathe, Eli. Breathe and regroup and see what best you can do for the 90 minutes.
I think that's a bit of gamesmanship on the part of
No, he got hit for sure. I think the officials missed it.
Head.
Yes, his face. He got hit. It's just that the officials missed it.
Well, you can hear the DJ music in the background, but not too many people in the Soufriere Mini Stadium are dancing.
Are moving, yeah.
Some of them look like they need something to kind of restore their vitals, because they're in shock. They're in shock right now.
Yes. If that result remains, Eli, that would be a massive result throughout all the fixtures that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
That will actually shock the table for the tier 1 of the competition.
Well, we kind of said that in the first derby, Canaries and Soufriere. We tipped Soufriere to be the favorite in that encounter. But it turns out that the neighbors were way too loud for Soufriere on that day. Didn't allow them to get into their beds and get a good night rest. And looks, at the rate this game is going, it looks like it may just be much the same. They have just about 9 minutes of regular time, plus whatever stoppage time that referee Renly Napoleon will see fitting to put on. So Soufriere don't have that much time to get the act together.
They better get quick. We need to call on the pitons to see they can restore some faith. But we continue. Let's see what the game brings. We spoke about how cruel it is. The fans basically they are shell shocked. And that's why you need the fans. This is when they need to make the most noise for Soufriere right now, you know.
Yeah, to get the team up. But credit to Soufriere, their heads have not dropped. They look like they want to, make a good fist of it. Maybe if the result holds, that might shake their confidence a little bit. A little bit of self-doubt might start to creep in. But for now, their heads have not dropped. Excuse me.
That's what they should have done earlier on. Play it out into safety, regroup the defense, and then move on. Tried to play hero at the back. Lucky he was not outmuscled by the attacker.
Well, as a result of that pressure by Choiseul, they have a throw-in in the attacking third. They don't look like they're so interested in taking it quickly, which suggests to me, and as you can see, 4 defenders back to the one attack of Soufriere. So they're not even throwing numbers forward at this point in time. It's, as you indicated, they probably just feel like, let's try to hold on to what we have so far.
That should have been a better pass. No pressure. The ball now is in favor of Soufriere. Remember the down 1. They've already lost to Canaries in the competition. So the keeper coming all the way out and showing that he guards his gate. Not giving a sniff of an opportunity for Soufriere. Soufriere did get the better of the exchange in the second half. Some chances were basically on a platter for Soufriere, not able to convert. Meanwhile, now they back against the 8 ball it is in pool. Yeah, they're up against the 8 ball right now. That's right.
Nice ball in there.
Good save, goalkeeper.
I think he should have tried to put that ball in right away instead of taking the extra touch. I think that allowed the goalkeeper to better position himself.
What he probably tried to take that extra touch to see if somebody could get into the area so he'd have more opportunities or more decisions to make to try and throw off the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper did good. He stood tall and defended. Here we see a different tactic here by Soufriere playing the corner shot, outside foot. However, Choiseul remaining resolute.
Again, we see in Jardel Philip. And again, we see in the space that is vacated being exploited by Choiseul. He's up the pitch. Well, he's dropped back into position now. But Choiseul seems to have done their homework against the Soufriere outfit. It's almost like they are aware of the prowess of Jardel Philip going forward, and they've made a determination that that's the area that they are going to attack. That's the space that they are going to attack anytime they turn the ball over from Soufriere.
It's a very bad pass. That would have
been nice.
Oh yes, most definitely. So you could see the Soufriere team have grown in confidence, and this is what goals.
The Choiseul team.
Sorry, the Choiseul team, Eli, and this is what goal scoring cause. Earlier on, yes, they were pitting their wits, but now because they scored that goal, they don't mind. You know, they're taking the extra touch, to get into the area. So there's definitely right now in a different mindset right now with Choiseul. And I'm telling you, should that scoreline remain, this is going to be a big result.
And they come in again.
Big result.
They come in again. And that was I'm starting to wonder if panic is setting in for this Soufriere team just a little bit, because that was an untimely slip by the defender there, and it almost cost them a second goal, which would have definitely have been curtains at this point in the matchup. We're into the 87th minute of regulation time, 1-0 to Choiseul. Those of you who are probably just tuning into the stream, you might think this is a shock lead, but over the last 10-15 minutes, Choiseul have definitely been the better team.
As a ball into the area, good defending. Ball stays with.
Maintaining possession.
Listen, Eli, right now Soufriere can get out. I think it's remarkable to see how things have changed in terms of confidence and overall play by Choiseul. They have taken the lead and basically they're bossing the game,
Even the goalkeeper is getting on the play.
And he's not even phased by the pressure or the high press by Soufriere. He just keeps his composure and spread the ball wide. Come on. You would have thought he would play the advantage because he had the ball.
I think he did, but he called it back for the original foul.
Okay.
On there after he saw nothing really coming out of it. Darrell Francis is the one that got fouled there initially.
How much time we into right now? So what?
The 89th minute.
89th minute.
Soufriere right now kind of hitting the ball up the field in hope. A Soufriere team we saw playing the ball out from the back for the vast majority of the game.
That has changed. They need the result. Time is against them, so they need to get the ball quicker upfield. No more playing from the back.
they probably need Scott McTominay.
That's what they need. They need to probably change the tactic and move, like, for example, have free defenders to the back and throw somebody into midfield and see if you can get the extra man in attack. I just heard someone scream from the crowd, Eli, "Referee, look at your watch." Look at your watch. That must be a supporter from Choiseul, because if they do defeat Soufriere, it's going to be a historic result.
Definitely. With this victory, Choiseul, or if the scoreline remains the same, Choiseul should find themselves fourth in the table on 5 points from 3 matches.
And that would
and
pen,
still undefeated.
And that would pen Soufriere down the table. It's a plus 3 minutes in terms of stoppage time, Eli. So that should probably be the longest 3 minutes in the life of those Choiseul players right now.
And they continuing to forge forward, Critic. Winning a throw there, I don't think they'll be in a hurry to take that. Soufriere players asking the ball boys to get the ball in play as quickly as possible, but as you can see, nobody for Choiseul seems remotely interested in taking the throw in.
Let's take your time, that's what you got to do, make the clock. But in football, they used to have what is called Fergie time. Right now, it's Choiseul time.
Foul call there.
I think it's going to be difficult for Soufriere right now, I cannot see Choiseul working so hard throughout the 90 minutes and basically folding.
They've won the ball back again. Probably should have passed the ball there. Unnecessary him carrying the ball.
Yeah, that's too much work. Too much work.
At this point in time, especially with some tired legs. They worked hard during the course of this game. Don't forget, for a huge part of the game, they were really chasing Soufriere, you know.
Possession now in terms of Choiseul. You on the break. Good defending, good recovery there by by Soufriere. If you hear me laughing, folks, you know it's one thing to be commentating, but to hear
the real commentators
to hear what's been transmitted by spectators. Oh my God. Not much time left, Eli. Looks like Choiseul are going to be leaving the stadium with their heads up high.
Wow, interesting. Yes. And he strikes that one.
Staying undefeated. Shouldn't be long now for that whistle, Eli. Last read for Choiseul.
He doesn't want to commit a foul there.
Oh, good defending, good marshalling.
Good defending.
Good marshalling. Head of fans, Eli. It looks like to the left, or to our left, this is the source. That's the Choiseul fans, you know. And to the right seems to be where the majority of the Soufriere supporters are.
Well, right now the 3 minutes of stoppage time have passed, but again I will reiterate, as I did in the first encounter, it's at the referee's discretion. Goal kick taken. Soufriere really need to try to just get this ball forward. I don't think there's time to play the intricate passing that they try to employ throughout this game. And Choiseul again, now they look very strong and fit. Look at that.
Wow.
Turning on the afterburners there. And that's the end of the game, folks. That is the end of the game, folks. Another shocking defeat for Soufriere fans in Soufriere. And as I said earlier on, it seems like they live in a very noisy neighborhood.
Yeah, either side of the border they have been defeated. But I can tell you, it's gonna be, a lot of motivation and inspiration in this camp of Choiseul, knowing fully well that they came into the Soufriere Mini Stadium and defeated the highly fancied Soufriere team 1-0. A lot of chances by Soufriere, not able to capitalize. However, that chance created by Choiseul, they made amends and took their chance. And this is what the game is about. We spoke about possession, but we often speak of meaningful possession, taking those chances and making it what it is. So the table will look different come Monday, but clearly Choiseul have shown us that you need to fight for your points, and that's exactly what they did. And
they're still undefeated. Critic, I'm torn. I'm torn because Atherton Griffith, number 17 for Choiseul, is the one who got on the score sheet. But the ball was delivered in by Hanif Antoine. And not only did he get the assist, but he was also pretty instrumental in terms of breaking up the play for this Choiseul team.
Yes.
So, in terms of a man of the match, you're looking at?
It had to be the goal scorer. It have to be the goal scorer. I mean,
goals win matches.
Yeah. That's what made the difference in the game. So we're gonna credit the goal scorer for the man of the match situation. But also you must give kudos to the defense of the Choiseul team, who literally threw the ball in the line to ensure that they got the 3 points and head home in a jubilant vibe, knowing that they had got a victory away from Soufriere. Soufriere now need to regroup and see on what areas they can capitalize on those situations being created in the game. They need to kill off the game. They need to take their chances and make it difficult for the teams to come here and take points away from them.
Yeah, some of these Soufriere supporters look like they might need a little comfort after that stinging defeat. some of them still standing there in awe, in shock.
In shock, yes.
You know, because not expecting that sort of result. But jubilation on the face of the Choiseul team as they are coming off of the pitch right now.
But in all, not a bad outing. The first game was a draw, but stalemate. But I think the action end-to-end in this encounter, Soufriere versus Choiseul, made up for it. The fans from Soufriere will be disappointed, but anything else in football, you get those results. Is how you recover. Is what counts. We have some games tomorrow, Eli.
Yeah, a couple of games on the cards tomorrow. Critic, I think the highlight of that game would be VF North versus Canaries in Tier 2 action. Both of these, they're 1 and 2 in the table, and both of these teams would be looking to solidify their positions at the top of Tier 2. But I think that's where we sign off for this evening from the Soufriere Mini Stadium. Thank you folks for tuning in. Of course, catch us next weekend and continue to follow the St. Lucia Semi-Professional Football League. You can follow them on Facebook and on YouTube. Lots of information being posted on a daily basis and updates on the league standings. Of course, you want to subscribe, follow, and share. From the Soufriere Mini Stadium, I'm Elijah Williams, Tennis in Glasgow. We're out.
Goodbye.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.